Welcome to Fashion Anatomy, where we investigate and analyze beautiful garments from days gone by. However, today we're going to look at some garments made in this generation. And I'm going to show you the qualities of these garments that make them so very special. Recently, I had a subscriber write to me and ask me to please show what makes a beautiful, well-made garment, a high-end garment, a designer garment. And I happen to have a few in-house today. So we're going to go over 2 jackets and 2 blouses. I wanted you to see it on the dress form before I take it to the table. It has been pinned for alterations, so I don't want to take the pins out. And I have another jacket we'll see on the dress form. This lovely piece is from Italy. It's 97% wool, 2% polyester, and 1% elastane. This is an Etro made in Italy. It's an unlined jacket. It's actually less expensive for a company to put a lining in than to finish the seams because of the labor. This one is finished beautifully with a contrasting print. The seams are wrapped and the shoulder pads are covered, and the sleeves are lined with viscose. If you have the sleeves lined, you can get in and out of the garment much more easily because there's not as much friction. But not having the body lined keeps the coat from being quite as warm. So this is a transitional piece. The pockets have this beautiful machine embroidery on them. And although they were stitched around the edge on the machine invisibly, in other words, stitched from the inside, someone went back and top stitched. It has contrasting undercollar and a collar stand. And look at these tabs. If someone wanted to wear the collar up, these are just hand tacked down. They could be released so they stand out. A button and buttonhole could easily be added. And then, for warmth, it could be buttoned and the beautiful yellow collar would show. This is truly an exquisite piece. It's 98% wool and 2% elastane. It is truly one of my favorite pieces. Now, I'd like to tell you about the alteration that's going to be done. The back has to be taken in. This person has a very small back. But what I found very interesting, I think she's a little shorter than the original model for this, between the shoulder and the waist. And when she puts it on, there is a bunching of fabric right under the arm. So what I have to do is open the underarm and push the side panel up into the underarm. The buttons, although they look like horn, I think they're a composite of plastic and horn. This is a beautiful Italian wool jacket. What makes it so special? Look how it's matched. Even the welt pocket is matched perfectly. And this fine trim on the pocket, it's so subtle, but it makes such a difference in the quality. The buttons are brand buttons with a P. There's a little tab on the sleeve. And the patch pockets, look at the shape of them. They angle down. You can even tell by the plaid they angle down. It makes the waist look smaller anytime you have an angle that comes down around the waist. And her waist would be right about here. So this is about the high hip area, which is usually a larger area on a person. So this would be trimming because of that. Even the hem, it comes down in the front a little bit, giving a beautiful gracefulness to it. Now this is something I had never seen, and when I saw it, I just couldn't believe it. By law, companies have to put the tags in that give the content, where it's made, etc. But often they're very annoying. Look how big that is. And they're kind of unsightly. Well, this company made a little pocket for it. This I have never seen before. I'm just completely astounded that they would take the time to do it. It's such a beautiful touch. It was made in Italy. It's 97% virgin wool, 2% polyester, and 1% spandex. The lining is viscose and cotton, which would make it nice and cool. So let's see if this stretches. Almost no stretch, but it would give it a little resilience. And this tells where the fabric was made in Italy. It has a little bit of stretch. And this is probably the name of the company that makes the fabric, Cerruti. And it started in 1881. It does have shoulder pads, but they're very, very thin, just enough so it keeps its shape. This beautiful blouse is made from 2 different prints of silk crepe de chine. One of the qualities that makes it so beautiful is, of course, the buttons. They're really quite heavy crystals. The print in this beautiful blouse is perfectly matched. The center front is right here. And you can see that on either side of the center front, everything matches. Even the lips. You can see the corner of the mouth right here. And it has a hidden placket, which is also a hallmark of well-made clothing. On the inside, there are French seams. I hope you have enjoyed this edition of Fashion Anatomy. There's so much to learn by studying how well-made garments are put together. I find it very inspirational and very educational. I hope you have. See you next time.